gente, it's Louis the Boiler Man. Wepa! Good morning, guys. We're actually here in Freeport, New York. We're at the mayor's office. That's right, it's a big deal, you know what I mean? They look for other companies and they found us and they said, you know what, Louis? We want you to do the job. You're the right fit, the right company for the right job. So we appreciate the mayor, we appreciate the town. And with that being said, let's get started. So right now we're actually working on a boiler. It's a gas boiler, hot water boiler. So they called us for a couple of reasons. Number one, the boiler hasn't been serviced. It needs to be cleaned, it needs to be addressed. So as you guys can see, all of this is all ashes. It's a byproduct of combustion. Good job for my team. But this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean, like, it's what it takes. Listen, if you're gonna do your job, do it correctly and do the best and be the best what you're gonna do. Be the best shoemaker if you're gonna be the best shoemaker. In this case, we're the best boiler mechanic, the best boiler team in New York City, in New York. So check this out. Look at this. I'll come almost have dinner inside this boiler. So nice and clean, exactly what we're looking for. Right now, you guys can see this is a combustion chamber. We cleaned most of the heavy stuff. Now we're about to start removing all the fire bricks. Right now, those bricks are high temperature bricks. Same thing again, we're talking about insulation. That's an insulator. So it protects the bottom of the boiler so it doesn't overheat. When you put too much fire on metal or any type of object, it puts a lot of stress. So you want to control the temperature, meaning like you want it to get hot, but you also don't want it to get tremendously hot, like you don't want to overheat it. So let's say this boiler, it had no water and you put too much fire on it, the actual metal will actually warp or crack. So the water acts as a coolant. Even though you say, well, the water gets hot. Yes, the water gets hot and keeps it at a certain temperature. It won't never exceed that temperature, whatever the temperature may be. But the same thing goes with the bricks. The bricks is a form of insulation that protects the boiler and also retains heat as well. So it serves both purposes. One, to protect the bottom of the boiler, and two, absorb as much heat as possible and keep the boiler warm. Feel a little bit different now. We're gonna change that. What is a front wall? A front wall is basically a block, in this case refractory we call it. It's just some type of cement, but it's a heat resistant cement, high temperature heat resistant. So we put the front wall in front of the burner plate, which is right over here. So this is called the burner plate, on the other side is called the front wall. But basically what a front wall is, like I said, it's an insulator, it insulates high heat temperature, and the reason for that is to protect the actual burner. This right here is the gas valve, this is the burner, these are all the components, this is where the magic happens. So what happens is, if there was no burner plate, the temperature would get extremely hot, meaning like 800 degrees, almost 1,000 degrees, it gets very hot. And what happens, for the heat from the actual burner plate, because it's metal, and metal absorbs heat very well, it radiates heat. And when it radiates heat, you could burn out the gas valve, you could burn out the relay, you could burn out the motor. All the components that happen to go on in the burner will burn itself out. So again, it's very important to protect those. So how do you protect all the components? Through a front wall. Again, this is not something that happens all the time, meaning that like normally we don't have this type of accumulation, but again, it's throughout the course of many years that they don't do it. They don't do the maintenance. It's very important, guys. Maintenance. I cannot emphasize any more, any better, that maintenance is key to longevity as far as on the boiler or any HVAC mechanical equipment. The reason why I say that is because just like you and I gotta go to the doctor. Well, in this case, the boiler gotta see the doctor. I'm the doctor. So you know what? They gotta see me. Whether it's me or any other reputable company, but again, maintenance is key. Not only just longevity, the life expectancy of the boiler, but of course, you don't want to take away the integrity of the actual equipment, meaning that it takes a beating, especially in the winter months that, it's very, very cold and the thing's constantly running 24/7, that, you know what, like anybody else, if I put a 50-pound book bag on you, you're gonna burn out. Well, the same thing happens in an application like this, meaning it has all this soot, it's a lot of accumulation, there's no heat transfer, the boiler doesn't know, it just knows to run until it cocks out, it said, I had enough, and they call the doctor, which is me, and they call me and they come over here and take care of the problem. So, guys, if you need your maintenance done, you call Louis the Boiler Man, 516-377-5200, or you can DM me, whatever it takes, smoke signals, I don't give a damn. Or It doesn't have to be just necessarily me. I appreciate your business, but you call a reputable company and ask them to take care of your boiler and take care of your maintenance every year. That's right, annually.